Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece episode 557 review. Now, before I get started, look down below for the preview of One Piece episode 558, my Facebook fan page, and the actual episode of One Piece 557, all down below. Now, that being said, this episode of One Piece, very fucking slow. I mean, like, really fucking slow. Like, on some snail status. Slow. And a lot of unnecessary hype. Especially on Franky Shogun. I mean, I can understand that a lot of the younger audience for One Piece, they're all happy, like, oh shit, Franky Shogun, he's cool. He's like a transformer on some weird, like, One Piece Gundam shit. But it was kind of like, a little too much overhype, yeah. Especially when it got ridiculous. When we see, like, Usopp and Chopper, and they're like, cool, you know, like, all of this stuff. But, basically, this episode is broken down into the Franky part, the Nami part, the Usopp part, the Chopper part, the Kraken stuff, Luffy stuff, and then Noah. And in my opinion, the best part was the ending, alright? The ending where Luffy kicks Horty Jones, and then fucking Noah. Noah was straight up awesome. I mean, this thing is fucking huge. I was like, whoa! And I love the One Piece OST because the opera soundtrack emphasizes the magnitude of this structure. It really does. It's like we hear like the violin and like the trombone going off, like and like we see Noah just rising. I'm like, oh, yo, like that was fire. That was, in my opinion, the best part of this episode by far was Noah. Noah just coming up like, yeah, here I am, bitches. I was like, oh shit. So, you know, I like that a lot. Now the Franky stuff, and this is not gonna be like a summary. More or less, is me talking about what I liked and the structure of the episode and so on and so forth. So the Franky stuff, once again, overhyped, a lot overhyped. The transformation process was a little bit dorky. It was dorky. It was really dorky. I'm like, you know, dork. I'm wearing glasses as it is, so, you know, leave me alone. But it was really dorky. And like before that, when we see that, what's his name? The cookie cutter fishman, he actually makes the pit that traps in the Bronchio tank and the Rhino FRU-4. I mean, I like the Rhino as it is. The Rhino bike as it is fine with me. The Brontosaurus tank is way too cheesy. Way too cheesy. And then when you combine them together, you get corny. So, yeah. Like, honestly, I mean, like, it was funny when he started doing, like, mad low chops. Like, that was really funny. Like, he was spinning around, doing, like, below the belt chops. Like, yeah, you know, spinning, like, yeah. That was really funny. One thing that I was really disappointed in was Nami's Gust Sword. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very disappointed in Nami's Gust Sword. That to me was like, wow. Because in the manga, the way Oda drew in the manga, it was actually like a beam of wind, and it actually pierced the person. But in this case, it was like a breeze, and it blew him back, and like he got knocked out, and I was like, really? Like, it seemed very whack. Yeah, like, it really, like, it seemed whack. Straight up. There was no emphasis. It was, you know, like, don't underestimate me, you know, Gale's sword, and then it was like a gust of wind, and that was it. Whereas in the manga, it was actually like, you know, like a beam of wind, and then it actually pierced the person, and then like, we saw blood and all that stuff. So, yeah, like, it wasn't that impressive at all. Yeah, so Nami was a real letdown. Robin did do stuff in this episode, so, you know, but, you know, yeah, okay. And then we go to the Usopp stuff, which was pretty good. The Usopp stuff was pretty good. We see him take out one of the Green Stars, does like a forest of bamboo javelins. That was cool. Chopper, he took out the cookie cutter fishman on the ground with his new, I believe that all the transformations he has now, no, I'm not gonna spoil it. Because I know that a lot of you guys don't read the manga, so I'm not going to spoil for you. But I will say is that it does look a lot better. He looks a lot more human now, you know? It's like the last horn point, he was still in deer form, and like his horns grew bigger. It's just that, like, it was kind of weird because it's better, but it's worse. Because it's like, we see the new Chopper, and his horns are bigger, and he looks more humanoid. That's a plus. On the downside, his horns are now coral shaped. Whereas post time skip, his horns were actually sharp, and they look like, you know, like sharp piercing horns. And he actually, like, pierced dudes with those horns. You know for a fact that his current horn point, he's not piercing anybody. So it's kind of like, you know, again, it kind of, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's how you take it. Me personally, the old horn point was fine. It's just that, you know, the humanoid shape could have stayed. It's just that the horns, I would prefer them to be a little more sharper, kind of more like a drill, you know, like an actual drill that can pierce stuff, you know. But like, that's my opinion. And then we see the Kraken. Well, we have Horty Jones talking smack like, you know, I got your brother in the North Pole. You better serve me, bitch. I was like, okay, cool. And the Kraken's like, okay, fine. So let me go kill Shiroti. And then Luffy's like, no. Like, we're friends. We're cool, man. Me and you, BFF for life. Okay, so, you know, how cool would it be if the Kraken was like an actual pet and like followed the entire crew for like to like every island and shit, and like he would like guard the ship? Like, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool, because then Frankie wouldn't have to stay on the ship the entire fucking time, all the time. I find that, like, that's the way it goes. Like, Frankie, for some reason, stays on the ship to guard it. It's like, why? Like, Frankie and Sanji are usually, like, the guard guys. It's like, no. You know? Like, if the Kraken followed you around and guard the ship, he's fucking useful. So, but whatever. Well, then again, there are, like, crazy-ass creatures in the New World, you know? Like, don't be surprised if there's some, like, freakish, you know, crazy Uber shit going on in the New World. I mean, yeah, probably. And then, on some Toriko shit. And then after that, we have the Luffy thing, where Luffy, and this is really cool. Really cool right here. Luffy's walking down the aisle. Okay, we have Dosen and we have the other guy. The octopus guy, Ikaros. Okay, they're about to, like, tag team Luffy. And then, out of nowhere, and I'm surprised, what caught me off guard was that Zoro showcased speed. And I was like, because Zoro is not normally a speed guy, but seeing him in this episode where we see him walk, and then we see Sanji and Zoro just blitz in there and defend Luffy, I'm like, wow, Zoro actually has speed. Like some decent-ass speed. Straight up. So, that was impressive, right? And then we see them block, and then like Dosen and Ikaros are kicked back. Luffy does, you know, gear second arm, disappears, punch Horty Jones in the face. That was cool. And then the fallback was, again, really, really slow. It was like slow motion, like, it was like, what the it was like so slow. I was like, what are you doing? So, yeah. But, and that's, and then of course Noah, we see Noah, again, that was awesome, just Noah coming in, like, you know, that was awesome. So, that right there is the episode. Overall, again, it was a very slow episode. The pacing was not good, and this is mainly due to the part, or correction, this is mainly due to the fact that the anime has changed its pacing, and now the anime follows the manga chapters, and this is good and bad. It's good because it should get rid of fillers. That's the good part. The bad part is that some of the episodes are very fucking slow. So, you know, it's like either we go for a fast-paced episode, but then sometimes we'll get fillers here and there and here and there. But then we go at the pace of the manga, and we get a lot less fillers, but then the episodes themselves are really slow. And the way to deal with it is that in a fighting situation, they should add a lot more fight scenes. We should have seen Robin do some clutches, Jinbei do some merman, do some fisherman karate, Sanji do some kicks, and so on and so forth. But we didn't see any of that. It was like we saw Zoro do something for like a quick second, then we saw Brook do something else for a quick second. That was it. So instead of actually adding fight scenes, they have more exposition. and that really makes the episode very slow, especially if they're in the middle of like a battle. So yeah, but that's my opinion. So overall, this episode of One Piece, it's okay. It's okay. It could have been a lot better if it was a lot faster, you know? But that's what I think. So that being said, give me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys later. Once again, look down below for the preview of One Piece episode 558, the Facebook fan page, and the actual episode of One Piece 557. So I'll see you guys later. King of Lightning. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day.